Well, good morning and welcome to the Clark the Shark fabulous, unbelievable show at 6:38 a.m. on a Saturday. I was just asleep, and then I got this weird heart condition or something where just out of nowhere my heart will speed up really fast, and I've had this all my life, and it literally woke me up just now. I've had this since I was like 5 years old. I don't know what this is. I've seen like 50 doctors. I've been doing EKGs and MRIs, and I don't know if they do CAT scans on your heart, but if they do, believe you me, Clark the Shark has had it done. And for some reason, when I woke up this time, I'm not like really stressed out or anything. I mean, I should be. I'm deeply in credit card debt because I just spent up all my credit card money getting hotel and motel rooms for me and my wife because we were evicted May 25th from our place in Los Angeles. I should say I was evicted, not her. They said you can stay, but he has to go. So, I think it's just because this one guy is a scammer, and he's always in and out of jail and doing scams, and live and we learn, I guess. But I'm not here to talk about that fucking douchebag. That's for another video or past videos. But yeah, man, the heart thing is really weird. It's really scary because my heart goes really fast. And this one doctor said, well, it's called accelerated heart, rhythm or something, or he had some word for it, like your aorta or something goes faster. This nerve that controls, the great vessels, or one of the great vessels. He said you have a spastic nerve that goes to your heart, and that maybe it's spastic in the heart or maybe leading to the heart. He wasn't sure, but he did all these x-rays, MRIs. This was my sister Mary's doctor, and I think this was in like 1990, maybe, when I was 25. Could have been when I was 20 in 1985. I'm not sure, but I've been to so many doctors about this, and I'm sure a bunch of them are just like, dude, you're a hypochondriac. There's nothing wrong with you. And that's probably what they said to John Ritter too. And then he just fucking dropped dead one day. The heart is a really weird thing, you guys. You never know. There could be people, all their arteries are perfect, and they drop dead of a heart attack. And then there's people with two arteries blocked and they live to be 105, chain smoking Marlboro Reds. I mean, just huffing corporate fucking cigars or whatever, dude, and drinking whiskey and beers and you name it, and wild women. And for whatever reason, the good Lord has them live to be 108. And some people just fucking drop dead from heart shit. I have the feeling Clark the Shark, might be one of those guys that lives to be like 110, just to spite or anger people or something. But when I woke up, I immediately was thinking today of Tammi Terrell and Marvin Gaye. All those great songs that they did. Of course, they didn't write them or anything like that. But, just like Diana Ross, I don't really care. I like the genius of Berry Gordy and, Motown, Hitsville, USA back in the 60s. Now, Tammi Terrell, her real name is Thomasina Montgomery. And sort of like Clark the Shark, she was always, not her heart, but like she would say, she gets headaches and stuff, like ever since she was like 5 or just a little kid or something. And, they took her to the doctors and were just like, yeah, you got migraines or something. And she was like, nah, I think I got something really bad because this is bad. I don't feel good. And all her life, she had this for years. And I guess it got progressively worse. And, she was just like, I can handle it, kind of thing. Back in the 60s, people were just tough as tough as nails or tough as dirt, whatever they say. But she died, you guys, at age like 24 in 1970, and it was like kind of before my time, me, Clark the Shark. I don't remember it, sadly, for I was only 4 going on 5 or something in 1970. I think she died in March 1970, I think, just 1 month shy of turning 25. And let's see, that would be 69, 70. I wasn't even in kindergarten yet, you guys. Very sadly, I don't remember this. It's not a Sharky memory, but I do remember growing up and saying, who's that really cute, pretty lady? Oh, she's so lovely. Singing those songs. What a gorgeous girl, I remember. And people were like, Sharky, didn't you know, bro? She died. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah. And I was, just, I don't know. I probably found out when I was like 13 or 12 or, in the late 70s. And I was just like dumbfounded. I was like, when did she die? Is she get in a car wreck or, did she get shot? Or I was like, how'd she die? And someone was like, she had a brain aneurysm. And I remember I was like, wow, it's just, of course, that's not what happened. She had brain cancer and she had a tumor, and of course, me, Clark the Shark, I have skin cancer and I got tumors all over me that they always have to remove. And, they hurt and they ache and they're annoying. Luckily for me, I didn't have the tumor in my brain, like Thomasina Montgomery did, you guys, Tammi Terrell. And yeah, man, over the years, as I, put her life together, I began to get really sad. And I was like, damn, man, what a shame. She went at 24, 1970, and I don't even remember it. Me, Clark the Shark. It's way back, when I was a wee little lad, but I remember all these songs growing up on K-Earth 101 and KRLA, around Torrance, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, Lomita, listening to these tunes, Gardena, and, cruising on a Strand Cruiser or a skateboard or driving one of my piece of shit car, VWs, and hearing these tunes, and like loving them. And, of course, Marvin Gaye, he was devastated when this lady died. I don't know if they had more of a relationship than just musical. There's some people that think they did. I don't think they did. I know that Tammi Terrell was a really feisty lady, they say. She was with David Ruffin from The Temptations, and they had a really wild, risque, and violent relationship. And she just had to get away from the guy. And the guy was, really abusive. And before that, she was with James Brown, even worse. And supposedly this guy used to just beat the fucking shit out of her. And she had to get away from him too. But I don't think she ever got with Marvin Gaye, who might have been like totally cool to her. And who knows, maybe they would have got married and the whole bit. We'll never know now. And also her career, what it might have been, had she lived, she probably would have gone into, Killer Soul or maybe even disco or something. Who knows? Or maybe she just would have faded away anyway. You know how that is. Back in the 70s, a lot of artists that were around in the 60s, they just kind of disappeared, But yeah, man, it's just sad the way she. What a beautiful lady, too. She's just an absolute knockout. Very, very easy on the eyes. I knew a girl in Torrance that looked like Tammi Terrell to me, Clark the Shark. I never forgot this girl. I'm not going to say her name. But she was very cute and beautiful. And she lived over kind of by South High, off of Anza and PCH, that area, Vista, Montana, it goes up. What a knockout girl. I don't think she was black. She might have been like Mexican or Puerto Rican or something, or maybe part black, but she looked, to me anyway, Clark the Shark, the girl looked like Tammi Terrell. And I became obsessed with this girl. And, eventually I just gave up. But anyway, I was like, come on, Clark the Shark. You don't have a chance in hell with a fucking chick that looks like Tammi Terrell. I mean, please, dude, it's not going to happen. But I still I gave it a half-assed, effort over the years. But anyway, Tammi Terrell, Thomasina Montgomery. What a damn shame. Gone too soon, you guys. I know she's in heaven with the Lord, you guys, because she had plenty of time to sit there in the hospital praying, with the pastors or priests or whoever, people with Bibles coming in and praying with her. And I know that Tammi Terrell is in heaven. If there's a God and if there's a heaven, I know there's a God, you guys, and I know there's a heaven. And I know a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful angel like Tammi Terrell, Thomasina Montgomery, is in heaven with the Lord forever. She's an angel, you guys. And I don't know if Marvin Gaye is, he's a little different story, but maybe he is, he had issues, drugs, I think maybe alcohol, I'm not sure, definitely drugs, addictions. And a lot of it was because of Tammi Terrell. And I pray for him. God bless him. And he has all this great music away from Tammi Terrell. Aside from her, he has, What's Going On and all that stuff. That's awesome, you guys. But I want to talk about this duet probably put together by, I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure Barry Gordy, it was his idea, They're Ashford, a lot of Ashford and Simpson songs. And, cancer, man. Cancer sucks, you guys. I got cancer. And when it hurts when you get skin cancer, like tumors and moles on you. They're red and they're ugly, and people are like, what is that, dude? What's that fucking thing on your leg? And I'm like, dude, that's skin cancer. And sometimes, it hurts so bad you can't walk or something, or it's numb, or it just feels like shit. And then you got to get it removed, and it's all bloody. It's a god-awful mess. The doctors can either burn it off or they scoop it out with a surgery that's really gross and bloody. And the doctors always are like, Clark the Shark, we don't want to burn out your cancer. We want to scoop it out and then suture it up. And then I have these big, ugly stitches all over me, like on my right arm or the back of my left leg. But for the life of me, you guys, I can't imagine what Tammi Terrell must have been going through all those years, getting brain surgery back in the 60s when everything was experimental. I'm not even sure if they had chemo then, you guys. I'm sure they did. But I don't know. Maybe they were just like, we're sorry, Miss Terrell, but you're going to die, or, we can make you comfortable, that kind of thing. imagine that one day they're on stage, she's jamming, with Marvin Gaye, singing all these amazing hits in front of big crowds, and then the doctor's like, well, we did some tests, and you're probably gonna die. Me, Clark the Shark, I don't ever want to hear that, but I'm sure they're gonna say it to me too one day. They're gonna be like, Shark, your cancer's all over you, dude, and it's going to disfigure you. Or we got to cut off your toe, or we got to shave your shin or your knee, or cut off your finger, or cut off your elbow, or amputate your, I'm just like, dude, don't amputate that. They're like, well, Shark, we got to. And I'm like, just let me die, bro. And they're like, we can go in and we can dig this out. And then maybe that nerve, we won't touch that, Sharky. But this one vein's got to go. And this nerve, we got to like redirect it and divert it. And, when it gets like that, people are like, dude, just let me die. I'll just fucking eat garlic, or drink a bunch of onion juice, or even take the cancer meds or whatever. But, people are like, just fuck, dude, I'll just die. I don't care. But I'm sure Tammi Terrell, with her brain cancer back in the 60s, she only lived a few months of 1970, you guys. I'm sure this poor girl was in agony, and I heard all these stories where she collapsed into Marvin Gaye's arms, or, at the show. And then that's the one where, later she found out, the doctor's like, yeah, man, you're probably like not going to live very long. And then there's another story where she's in a wheelchair, and he comes off stage with the mic and singing with her while she's in a wheelchair. That's an awesome story. That's fucking killer. I love it. But yeah, you guys, Tammi Terrell and Marvin Gaye, Your Precious Love. I can't go through all their albums or all their songs, you guys, but I will get to, I want to talk about Your Precious Love. Heaven must have sent you from above. Whoa, killer, you guys. Your Precious Love. What a song. Awesome. Harvey Fuqua, Ashford and Simpson, Johnny Bristol, I think, I'm sure there's other songwriters too, you guys, maybe Berry Gordy helped write some of them or produce them, or I don't know. The guy was a genius, or they were all geniuses at Hitsville, USA, Motown, back in the 60s. And of course, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, where it starts with that killer xylophone or marimba, whatever it is. I think I saw that instrument too when they showed off, I think Studio A or Studio One, whatever, at Hitsville, USA. I think the marimba that they used to record the beginning of Ain't No Mountain High Enough was there, you guys. Yeah,